If you're thinking about starting a social media agency, here are a few brutal truths that I think you should consider before starting. Hi, if you don't know me already, my name is Pascal, and I have owned a marketing agency for the last 12 months full time. And I have learnt so much since starting this agency, and that's why I want to pass it on to you. So let's get into it. The social media management industry is expected to reach 164 billion by 2030. Because of it being in such demand, there is so much competition out there. This industry is extremely saturated, and there's a lot of things to consider knowing that this is the case, right? So me starting my social media agency full time with no other income coming through, I really struggled finding clients. I really struggled when I first started. And that's because you need to think, there are people out there who just came out of uni doing marketing, or they're really good at content creation and they want to take it that extra mile and become a social media manager, or they just want experience in marketing. So therefore, a lot of people, 9 times out of 10, would be willing to do free work or payment for such little amount just to get themselves through the door. And I've been there. I've done the exact same thing. I did a lot of free work in the past. I have charged people such little money just for me to get somewhere. The chances of you actually finding people who are willing to spend money on you is gonna take so long. I feel like it's come to the point where businesses believe that anyone can do social media and started to realize they can just do it themselves. They can just do social media themselves without having to rely on someone. And because of that reason, because it's obviously cheaper for them as well, it's also harder for you to find a client. And the people who are willing to spend the amount that you're worth are the people who are hiring in-house, or they would prefer videographers that are extremely good at what they do. And another point that I have to raise as well is the fact that the ugly clients are the ones that you will get paid best by. And that sucks. You would hope that a cafe would be willing to spend money on you for you to handle their marketing, but it's the complete opposite. Cafes have such tight margins. It's going to be so hard for you to find a cafe out there that's willing to spend the money that you think you're worth. And the ones, again, who are going to spend a lot of money on you are the ones that aren't really that great to work with. So keep that in mind. Now, this point that I'm going to raise next is you will get asked to potentially be the face of a brand, and that is a decision that is way bigger than you think. I say this because you have to think about so many different things. Their reputation, your reputation, if anything goes wrong between you and them. And the biggest thing that you need to think about when they ask you if you're okay with this is research the living crap out of them. Know everything about them. Know if they're actually that good. Look at their reviews. Actually understand their business and tell them that you want to understand the business first. Really understand it before you actually do agree to whether or not you want to be the face of the brand. There have been a lot of times out there where I have done the marketing for people, and then I have come to find out that their product or service wasn't as great as I thought, and then people knew that I was promoting them. And although money is money and it shouldn't really matter, in my opinion, my values really are a priority to me, and I personally can't fathom recommending something to someone knowing that they weren't as good as I thought they were, and my face is now a representation of their brand. And I learned that the hard way several times. My next point is marketing, social media, AI, everything in the world keeps evolving, and especially the marketing field. And you would have to be on top of it consistently for the rest of your life if you want to keep doing this as a long-term job. And that's hard, in my opinion. AI has developed so much in the last year. We went from using ChatGPT to using Claude and a whole bunch of different AI agents in less than a year. Not only that as well, you would have to deal with the algorithm updates that happen nearly every month, and It's tiring, it's consuming. You have to educate yourself, and you also have to educate the people around you who work for you if you end up getting a team. It's a lot to handle, and you would have to constantly be on top of it, start implementing it, learn and learn and learn. And don't get me wrong, that is a good thing. It's really good to know these skills, because if you don't learn them, then you're going to fall behind. But you just need to know that like there's a lot of pressure on you to consistently update yourself on all these things that keep happening in the world, because if not, you're going to be very, very behind, and you're one of the first people that should know. My last point is, as I mentioned before, I live in the most isolated city in the world. And I'm telling you, I have been in 5 interviews with 5 different social media agencies where I live. 4 out of the 5 of them, the owner of the agency still works in-house after running it for more than 5 years. I worked in a marketing agency, and my boss also still worked with us a lot for the most part. You think that doing social media management is going to give you financial freedom or whatever you think the end goal is going to be. But I'm telling you right now, the chances of you actually stepping out of your agency is a lot slimmer than you think, because you have to think about the service that you provide and hiring the correct people to deliver that service. Because if you do not hire the correct people, your reputation gets harmed. And the second that is harmed, you're not going to get any money coming through. I'm telling you that right now. Who you hire matters so much. And especially because most social media agencies love to milk interns when they're established. The end goal of being a social media manager, hoping that you could step out of your business and be financially free, is very, very slim. And please understand that. So please consider the fact that this job is a lot harder than you think. And this is exactly why. To end it all off, obviously there was a lot to think about that I had stated. And I'm not saying this to scare you and to stop doing it, because obviously I would love for you to continue on if you wanted to start this or you're thinking about starting it. But please really think about how you want to continue on from now onwards with your life and social media. If you want this to be a long-term passion, or if you actually want to commit to it fully, or when you do start, to keep these things in mind, and that it's expected to experience these things and to not be surprised about it, because I definitely was surprised when I started. Overall, I hope that this video helped you, and if it did, please subscribe or like this video, and I will be releasing more videos to educate you on social media management and how it's like to be a business owner. Thank you so much. See you in the next one.